Hi guys, so I'm going to do a quick stir fry tonight. I got some chicken breasts, I got a few cashew nuts, and then a few bits that were knocking around the fridge. I always seem to have the green peppers left over from the packs of 3 that you get. The orange and the red and the yellow always get used first, so I had 2 of them. I have about 1 head of broccoli just broken into little florets, a bit of coriander out of the garden, and then there's about 4 spring onions, scallions there, 1 chilli green, some ginger and some garlic, so about a golf ball size of ginger and 4 or 5 cloves of garlic there. So the most important thing with the stir fry is heat. Now you want to get as much heat as you possibly can. One of the biggest problems with stir fry that people have is they just kind of throw everything in and the temperature of the pan goes right down, and then it all just kind of ends up kind of steaming together, and it doesn't, you don't get enough flavour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stir fry everything individually. So I'll stir fry the meat, get some nice colour on it, then put that in there, get the temperature of the pan back up, then do each vegetable individually and just keep adding it to here. Then at the end, when it's all had its fry and it's got its little bit of char and it's blistering, then we can add it all back in together. It just means that you're keeping the temperature of the pan as hot as you can. Like in a proper Chinese restaurant, you'd have roaring heat underneath the wok, so you could get, you can take more. It can take more in the wok, but the more stuff you put in, the more temperature comes down, and then you're not really frying. You're just kind of like stirring it around and whatever. So what I was always told, you should taste the breath of the wok. So you should taste that heat, that kind of real smokiness. So I'm just going to use some vegetable oil. Olive oil wouldn't get hot enough for this, so get that really smoking hot. See that really smoke, and then we're going to always start with your protein. So if you're using beef or chicken or prawns or whatever, always start with that. So pop the meat in. You don't want to be just kind of stirring it unnecessarily. You're just going to end up bringing the temperature down too much. So just let that really seal and sear. You see that's already got the colour there. That's what you want. You want that colour. You want it to really sear. You want that sound. You don't want to be just mixing it, and then all the white juice and water starts coming out of it. You want it to be searing. Leave it alone. Don't be stirring it too much. Don't be tossing it. Just let it kind of sear for those first few minutes. It's really important. Those coloured edges, that's exactly what you want. Nice bit of flavour. And once you start getting them, you can start mixing it around. Take your time at this stage. The highest heat you can cook it on. You get your wok really smoking hot at the start. If you mix it too much, you'll notice a change in sound. You want to hear, all the way through this, you want to hear frying, sizzling. You don't want to hear kind of that quiet bubbling of moisture and steam. So just keep that heat right up. Don't be afraid of it. You'll see there's some real nice colour on that now. I haven't seasoned it at this point because the salt would have just drawn out a bit of water. We will season every layer lightly, so there's some salt going on there now. I'll do a twist of pepper when the camera's not in my hand. That's what you want. Pop that in there. And now back on the heat. You can get a bit of kitchen roll and wipe out any of this chicken juice at this stage, because that'll just burn when it gets back up to the high temperature again, so just wipe that out. So just put a little bit of pepper on the chicken. My rice is kind of cooked in the rice cooker. More oil. Get that smoking again, get it all around the edge of the wok. We'll start going in with the peppers. Same again. I'll be overdoing it with the stirring or the tossing for a couple of seconds. Leave them alone. You really want to be allowing that to kind of blister up. Spread them out a little bit so they're all touching the pan. Keeping that heat up all the time. You want to see this on all the veg, all these little blistering kind of charred edges. That's all flavour. You don't want to see veg going all slimy and brown because it's overcooked. It should all be fresh and crisp. Just slightly season that with a bit of salt and pepper. You see some lovely colours going on there now. We're going to add some sesame oil at the end. You wouldn't put sesame oil in at this stage because it just wouldn't get hot enough. It's got quite a low flash point, so it would burn before it would actually be any use for frying. So it's a lovely seasoning oil, but not great for frying. You notice I'm almost kind of dry frying there. There's not much oil in there. We're not going to give them much more than that. They're nicely coloured. They go in there. We're back on the heat. Tiny little drop of oil. And we'll do the broccoli next. So we're smoking hot again. We'll go in with the broccoli. Same again. Leave it alone for the first few seconds. There's quite enough space in there, so we'll add the green beans in there with that as well. Tiny drop more oil. That's what you want to hear that noise. So again, we've got some charring going on the broccoli. You'll see all these beans start to blister. This would all happen a lot quicker if you had the big wok burner, but I'm just trying to manage the amount of heat that I've got under the pan as best I can. So it takes a little bit longer, but you get a much better result. It's all about just not overloading. Whatever veg you have, you can play around. If you've got courgettes, if you've got carrot, onions, cabbage, whatever, you can buy those packs of stir-fry veg that are quite good, baby corn and all that jazz in it. Whatever you've got, we try and improvise as best we can at the minute. So a lovely bit of bit of kind of colour going on here. That blistering is exactly what you want to be looking at. At that stage, we'll just season that lightly, so very lightly, just kind of remembering how much salt you're putting in total across the whole thing, and then we are going to be adding soy, so just very careful with your seasoning. Feel that? That's exactly what you want to be looking at. So I'm just going there. Now, into the dry pan, I'm just going to dry roast these a little bit. They're kind of already dry roasted, but we'll just look to blacken them, you know, blister them up a little bit as well. And then I'll just kind of, because I'm cooking for fear as well, I'm just going to keep my chilies separate, and I'll fry all this in the last go, make my sauce, and I can just add a bit of chili for mine and shells. So that's what you want, a little bit of a toast going on those nuts, just to kind of wake them up a little bit and get a bit more the natural oil coming out of the nuts. Lovely, that's that. Back on the meat. A little bit more oil. Let's heat again. Now obviously this stuff's probably a little bit more delicate, so we don't need to fry it as much. In with the ginger, the garlic and the spring onions. If you're adding the chili, you could add this right now. It's important, we don't want to be burning garlic and stuff, so just mix it up. We do want it to fry, but we definitely don't want it to burn, so just spread it out. Lovely aromas from that. Tiny pinch of salt. So that's everything there fried. So we go back in now. Now we'll start making the sauce. So we're going to have about a tablespoon of honey. A tablespoon of sesame oil, roughly. A bit more. Two or three tablespoons of soy sauce. So I'm going to make this quite a dry stir fry. If you wanted it a bit more kind of saucy, you could add a little bit of chicken stock and then thicken it with a little bit of corn flour. It'd be a bit more like your, your Chinese that you get with the sauce. Okay, I've got some oyster sauce. And about 2 tablespoons of that. Still got that frying noise. It's not, we've not gone to like a boil or anything yet. And then all you're really doing is warming through those ingredients. If you had a bit of rice vinegar, you could add it. You've got a bit of lime. So that's it. You put a bit of lime juice in there. Juice of 1 lime. Give that a little stir. I'm going to finish it with all the coriander. I'm not going to chop that or anything, just going to let that wilt down in it. So what I would do is I'll take a little bit of that out for Fia because it's got no chili in it, and then I will get a little bit of chili into it for me and Shell, and that's it. So we're just going to serve that with some rice. So like, all the veg still got great, you know, it's still nice and crunchy, which is what it should be. It's all still nice and vibrant and green, so there's plenty of flavour and all that. And the chicken's all cooked. It's nice colour on everything. So you've got your sweetness from your honey, you've got a bit of saltiness from the soy, and you've got the bit of the sour note, acidity from the lime juice. A bit of a balance of everything in there really. And then obviously you've got the chili. We'll have the chili for a bit of heat. So that's it. Real simple.
When I awoke, I was alone. This bird had flown